Welcome to all inspiring chefs, cooks, and everything in between alike. This is Griever, your guys' host as always. This is my bar, the place I am always at, and this is Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 298. Let's get cooking because, chapter was meh. I mean, it's clearly the pacing is going rather quickly. We already had the Soma showing up for the Takumi fight. We saw that the WGO, the Escanor level dude, the Don, whoever, tried to get, of course, Soma disqualified and blah, blah, blah. But then the WGO kind of steps up and goes, yeah, you kind of missed the point of the Bookmaster's Challenge here, and, if you want, we could postpone this and go look for the other Eldani brother, And if you got a problem. So, no, we're not going to disqualify Soma nor Takumi. So, everyone's like, okay, so they are going to fight. So, kind of a waste of a few pages here. It's just trying to show how devilish the Noirs are. But then it's just beaten down. So, once again, maybe because of the lackluster arc, I'm more criticizing of each use of each chapter's panels and pages because I'm not a fan. But, once again, maybe I'm being too harsh on this, but kind of a waste right there. It doesn't go anywhere, so what was the point in bringing it up? So, you let the Noirs in. You're not going to let them get away with murder. We all assumed you weren't going to let them get away with blatant murder, or kidnap. They're letting them kind of skirt the line, but when it comes to underhanded means and not winning with the food, they're going to step in. I already assumed that from the beginning of the blue competition. I did not need this kind of waste of pages to tell me that. Now, they make a vrain. Now, I have not myself ever tried a vrain. I've heard of it once, might be saying it wrong, but simply it's similar to a layered drink. When you, like a Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse drink or whatever, when you continuously layer different boozes that have a different density, that way it stacks and you get beautiful looking things. This is done with jams, mousses, sweets, foods and such with a vrain, once again according to the chapter. Now, of course, Escanor pseudo guy is, of course, his thing is using a shaker. It's using something similar to one of these. You use a shaker, it's very simple, you drain it, all that fun jazz. And he's just constantly doing the bartender-like. You gotta shake, shake, shake. Shake and not stirred, as James Bond would say. Now, this being said, the vrain is just kind of okay, I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't very interested in what this dish consisted of, and, we knew it would be grand. It's something that they claim, okay, you need perfect coordination for these people. Now, the weird thing is that they bring up that they imply that the superhuman prowess or the ability of this Don, Don Escanor, he needs this team, and his superhuman prowess is perfect coordination. So, because it's not possible to make such a good thing without this ability. And to me, by the sounds of it, they're saying that perfect coordination is something that the Eldani brothers have. It's Takumi's actual ability, superhuman ability, is perfect coordination, and that's why he's such an invincible duo with his brother. So it's honestly implied that two people have the same ability. Are they trying to tell me that eventually Soma's going to... Because we've already seen Soma use people's swords and stuff. That'd be fine foreshadowing for this if I liked the whole superhuman prowess concept and we didn't... specialties was the thing, and I was cool with that, but we got away from that, and that's dumb. But it's implying to me that cross knives is going to be Soma's latent ability. Because it seems to me, once again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, but it seems that they're saying that coordination, perfect coordination, is Don Escanor's superhuman ability, and they're saying Takumi's superhuman ability is also the same one, perfect coordination. And the Escanor guy kind of brings up, okay, well, here's the thing. That Mezzaluna, you need your brother to do it, so it won't matter. You won't be able to activate that ability, and that's what the WGO thinks as well. But, of course, we see him pull out the Mezzaluna. They're going to make a vrain as well. And, of course, Soma grabs the other end and he's like, who do you think carried this knife around this whole time? Don't worry about this. I got this. I'm with you sort of idea. Now, once again, they're rivals. They're not like they play off that whole, they argue and all that stuff, similar to what Joshiro and Soma did during the red-white competition way back in the Regiment de Cuisine training. They butt heads all the time, but of course they're going to make something grand. They're going to make something delicious, and they're also going to try to make it rain. Now, the end part of the chapter was Megumi thinking about and bringing up the fact like they did tons of research, and it's implied like Soma was like, who do you think carried around this heavy knife this whole time? But don't worry, I won't slow you down sort of idea. They're bickering at each other, but it's like, oh, they're going to make something grand, and she's like, they research ever since the Regiment de Cuisine. They've piled on their research. Now, why is research in quotations? Does that imply that everybody like learned from each other sort of idea? If so, that doesn't really need to be said. I mean, we've seen someone do that before. We know he tries to learn. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the chapter was mid. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but honestly, once again, not a very good use of pacing and pages, because once again, another plot thread that could have been good, going nowhere. It's just a waste of a couple pages just to delay the Shokugeki. Like, they're trying to do this thing where they're stretching out the chapter to 18, 20 pages just so we don't get to see, just so we can see, okay, here's the enemy made this dish, the judges ate it, what are you gonna do, other competition, and then hype moment at the end, we're gonna make the same thing, dun dun dun. Like, they don't want to go any further than that. That's their pacing for the chapter, so they need to fill it in, it feels like, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, just make a few more panels of food gasms or something. Like, otherwise it's just a waste. We're going nowhere with certain dialogue and certain pages. So, anyways, that's just my opinion. Once again, this implies that Soma's latent superhuman ability, because we know he's going to get an actual one to face off against Saiba Ashiya. So, it's probably going to be cross knives. It's like, once again, they're going to pull that thing where they look in the Regiment de Cuisine, which I didn't mind, against the sushi, I forget his name, but the guy who made the excellent sushi, the samurai guy in the Elite 10, he broke one of Soma's knives, and he picked up another one, and another one, and another one, because his thing has always been not stealing abilities, but learning from his opponents, learning from his betters and his equals. He's got a sword for Hayama, a sword for Rio, a sword for Alice, a sword for Arena, a sword for everybody, all the Polar Star going. He is constantly, so he's not fighting with one or two swords, he's fighting with a multitude, an army of swords. Every time a sword breaks, he picks up another one to continuously hit with flavor. So, assuming this, and assuming that it's something potentially that Joshiro is thinking is going to happen or something, I don't know. Either way, cross knives, by the looks of it, will likely be brought up as an ability Soma can use in a better way, in a good-natured way, a reverse way. It kind of reminds me of Heroes, for those of you who remember the show Heroes, with the Save the Cheerleader, Save the World, with Siler and Peter, the Petrelli brothers and stuff. Like, one was able to just touch, one has to cut the head open and steal to copy multiple superpowers and abilities. But it's shown later on, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show and care about it, is that Siler also eventually learned in later seasons that he doesn't actually have to do that. He needs to fight against the hunger to kill to steal the abilities, and he can do very similar to what Peter is able to do in the show, which is he just needs to be around them, touch them and stuff, and he can still mimic and take the ability without killing the opponent or the friend or whoever. So I'm assuming they're going to do something similar here. I might be reading too much into it, but I believe that cross knives will now be Soma's latent ability when he faces him. And it'll be like, I have the good version of it. I have the good guy version. You use it for bad purposes, noir. So either way, guys, what did you think of the chapter? What did you think of the review? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please like, subscribe, comment as always. It's always very much appreciated. And this has been Griever with your Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 298. Couple chapters away from the big 300. I hope we get a big reveal. I don't see much in the way of setup for 300, but I'm hype. I'm looking forward to it, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully 300 will be a turning point, similar to how I hope the new year would be a turning point for Shokugeki no Soma. Now I do hope that chapter 300 on will be nothing but back to original greatness, and that's another reason why I brought up the first volume and I'll be showcasing the first couple volumes in my next few reviews of Shokugeki to remind everyone this series was great at one time, and it can get back to this. It can get great again. So that being said, everyone, as always, drink responsibly, as I currently am. We'll see you next time.